we're going to be building new Enchanted Blade teams. I've got my team. We're gonna have Tiberius's team. We're gonna have the almighty wheel also participating, spinning for the different wheels, and we will be going through our different choices for all of the different Enchanted Blades. Obviously, there's 2 Enchanted Blades that have not been revealed yet, so I picked 2 choices. I'm pretty sure Tiberius picked 2 choices for them as well, right?
Yes, sir.
And we're just gonna kind of, improvise on those. But that's how I understand it. This was Tiberius's idea, so I don't want to take credit. So I'll also let him, if he has anything extra to add on or anything fun that he wants to throw in as well.
You just about covered it. I mean, we limited ourselves to only one character per series. So I mean, Bleach and Hell's Paradise, they have like a good pot to pull from. But we limited ourselves to 1 per series. And like you said, like the 2 remaining like Enchanted Blades, we don't know, like Subaru and the girl. It's really just kind of a vibe check sort of thing, like we're choosing like swordsmen or characters because they don't have to be swordsmen necessarily that we feel would fit the blade. So this is our own interpretation of who fits each blade. Like we don't know what Sojo's sorcery was before Cloud Gouger, and this Sunday we'll find out about Uruha, but. You never know, so it doesn't necessarily have to be like a 1-to-1 match, is what I'm saying.
I feel that. I definitely, for mine, I definitely tried to go for like just who I feel like would be a good fit, but like you said, like some of them are a little bit off the wall for sure. So I'm excited to see you saying that. I'm really excited to see what your choices were actually.
Oh yeah, what I got for Enten, I think is gonna make your head spin.
Ooh, all right. All right,
Mario's favorite quote.
Who we got first?
Ooh.
Oh wow, very interesting. Well, you know what? I feel like that's probably one of the best ways to start because it's like we can really see how crazy we went for these, and then we can get into the more like hard hitting, ones that we had to kind of fit a box. Not really fit up. You get what I'm saying? I think this is a good introduction.
I mean, if you want me just to. Let me send you the picture, and then I'll go ahead and
pick.
This one is just straight like vibe check for me, but it does give me like on panel presence. It has a similar kind of like feel. I mean, I don't think he'll be. It's hard to live up to this character, but just in terms of like personality, like it's giving King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Just older, grumpy guy. I mean, King Bradley wasn't necessarily like, super grumpy or like, I guess that wasn't like his, like a moniker that he held, but he has that presence of like, like back the fuck up. And really, I think they do look alike a bit. Or, Yamamoto, like I thought about Yamamoto because if you see like the pictures of when Yamamoto from Bleach was younger, he looks like the Subaru as well, but I ended up going with King Bradley from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, just like a vibe check.
Okay, I like it, and you know what? Full Metal Alchemist King Bradley is one of my favorite characters, especially like because there's 2 versions of it, right? But I like the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood version. Like he has like some of the most savage moments in that whole series when he's like. Going up against the tank. It's so cool.
Bro's just like aura farming, just walking with his little ass sword. And then his fight with Scar goes crazy. It's like Jesus, this dude's a beast. But who do you got for this blade? This is what I'm interested in seeing. What no operator Rakuhira picks.
You know what? I'm probably gonna. I've got a good one. I'm maneuvering. There we go, right in the middle. That way, that should be fine. Put chat. Excuse me, right in the middle here, and then I'll pick my. So for me, my choice was. I went a little bit more of the sushi angle, so I thought of like, what would I think of like hibachi? What would I think of like? I think of like the people that flip the blades. They do all the crazy shenanigans when they're cooking and everything like that. And we just finished a series that had a character that was very good at doing that, and I really much enjoyed. So I thought my pick for this blade, for Subaru's blade, I actually didn't know his name until now. Thank you. My pick ended up being Juzo Suzuya for the fifth enchanted blade. I thought he would be pretty sick. Like I said, I immediately thought of the scene when they're all going to the big mom's ghoul's place, and he's got all the crazy knives and everything that he hides in his legs and he throws around. So I'm thinking he would be really cool again. Like I was thinking hibachi. I was thinking flipping knives, flipping fucking crazy cleavers, doing crazy shit. I thought he'd be really cool to choose personally. And I also, he's, like I said, one of my favorite characters from Tokyo Ghoul. So I thought he fit perfectly.
Yeah, Juzo's got like amazing characterization, you know, and it's such a like it's very subtle, and it's just like a big dump on you. But it's like Ishida did Suya so well, and that's one thing I do like about this. Like I guess I'd call it an exercise almost, is how like we both like are gonna perceive each blade. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how we like take the true realm almost. Like we're like looking at it in a different angle.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you're saying that, because it's so true. Like, what are our different interpretations of what like the best possible wielder for that blade would be? Because the cool thing about the enchanted blades is they're going to take the form of whatever their wielder is. Their true realm is going to shift based off of that wielder. So the enchanted blade for Subaru is going to look completely different in King Bradley's hands than it's going to look in Juzo's hands. They could completely take both the forms that we're thinking of. It's just, what like that sword could completely change its shape for Juzo, and like Bradley could wield it in a different way and unlock different moves. It's crazy. All right, let's spin this wheel. We ready? Let's see what comes next. It would be crazy if we got Kumayori.
Oof.
What are we working with? What are we working with? Oh, wow, it is Kumayori. The gods have shined upon us. That's so funny. I guess I'll go first this time.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'll be completely honest with you. I originally chose Sosuke Aizen for this, but I thought that would just be such an easy cop out. I'm like, he's too obvious. He's too he's too OP.
He could do every blade. Yeah, he could do every blade.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what? I think there is a better choice here from the same series. So my choice for Kumayori is gonna be Shinji Hirako.
Okay. I chose a Bleach character too. Just wanted to tell. I was like, oh.
That's fucking so funny. Okay. I'm excited to see. We didn't choose the same character, did we?
No. I was like getting tense for a second.
No, I chose Shinji Hirako, and I figured my whole idea with Shinji was he's already got like, the illusionary blade. He originally has Sakanade. He's got the Zanpakuto that gives out the smells, and it completely inverts your entire world. So I figured Kumayori, with what we've seen so far with play, being able to like throw people off their balance, throw people completely out of their whack, and also with the added ability, I don't remember what the second ability is called. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up. But Banquet is the one that throws them off their game. Play is the one that lets you take control of inanimate objects. So either way, I thought with Shinji, super laid back, super funny, super cool, while not the exact same kind of personality as Hirohiko. I feel like if they were on the same team, they're characters that would definitely be able to get along. And again, Shinji with like the whole illusionary thing, if he was to swap from Sakanade to Kumayori, while I feel like it's not exactly the same thing, he definitely would be able to pick it up pretty easily, and do a pretty decent job. So that was my reasoning behind Shinji.
I think that's a good pick, actually. I didn't even consider Shinji, but I think he does fit the bill for like the reasons you said. It's, he kind of like messes with people's senses, and we saw how kind of like that is a crazy ability. I mean, it made people made Samura think he literally chopped someone's head off. The wielder of Kumayori. But so I do like that. The Bleach character I went with was actually Shunsui Kuyoraku.
Ooh.
The play thing, and like his bankai, how it has like kind of the act of a play or whatever, and also with his initial ability, which was and it's been a while since I've like got into Bleach, but I know it's like basically like childhood games. It's kind of it just gave me kind of a feel of almost like how Banquet is, where it kind of messes with your senses, where you have to actually like engage in these games with him. But not necessarily. I actually think Shinji's a better pick, to be honest with you. I didn't think about Shinji, but I think he does fit the bill a bit more. But I still like Shinsui for Kumayori.
I like Shunsui too. I think Shunsui is another really good pick from Bleach, just because of exactly what you said. Excuse me, the child games. Also, he's just a very kind of like a similar vibe thing. Like he's just kind of like a laid back character who would be able to take advantage of a power like Kumayori, right?
Where I think like he's closer to Uraha than he is Hirohiko. You know, like when it comes to, like the wielders of Kumayori in the series.
I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with that.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, I did remove the whatever. Okay, let's see. Let's spin this wheel. All right, we got Tobimune. All right, you're coming up next. Send me that picture. Who you got?
This one I struggled with because now I've done this. Like I did this like 40 chapters ago. And I originally I picked Shion from Hell's Paradise, and like the first time I did it.
Ooh.
But I chose someone else from Hell's Paradise for a different blade. We'll get to. So let me cook here. Atsuya Kusakabe. Atsuya Kusakabe with Tobimune. Now, maybe he's not zaddy like Samura, but
he's not zaddy, he said.
Yeah, now mind you, Samura, he's fake blind. So we're not giving out like points just because, or taking away points because Atsuya Kusakabe is not blind. Kusakabe is of the older generation.
We're not giving him the handicap sticker on the back of his truck. That's crazy.
That's it.
Said you're fake blind.
We're ripping it off. So Kusakabe, you know, he's of like the older generation in the universe. You know, he's kind of like, you know, he's an old head, and he does have that kind of, you know, he has that character trait of not wanting to include the kids in like adult problems. We see in like chapter 268 or whatever it was, or 269, where they're talking about the aftermath, and Kusakabe is like letting Megami, Nobara, Yuji, he's like letting them off, like trying to take away some of the stress off their shoulders, like the concerns, their, you know, regrets, because he's like, this is, you know, let the adults handle this. Like that was the point of JJK, is to like basically break the cycle of like just sending young sorcerers to die. You know, it's like a very underlying theme in the series. But Kusakabe, he uses like his simple domain, like as he's, you know, his like insane range. You know, he can kind of intercept things as they come in. You know, kind of like sent like with the how Samura senses with the feathers, and I kind of could just see like like not necessarily like Samura's like exact like match. It's more about just like the role he plays in the story and how he views like past problems, how to deal with them. You know, he's kind of like a sensei. Well, he is a sensei. He does have the suit on. He just prefers to rock the overcoat, the trench coat over it. You know, and I mean, I do think maybe like Shion like matches like passes the eye test better than Kusakabe, but I feel like Kusakabe in the usage of Tobimune, and the fact that Tobimune, we know Samura was like the head of the military, like basically controlled the war. You know, he was the person that controlled the Seitei War, as Yura said. And we know Kusakabe is kind of like the general of the Sukuna raid. You know, he was the one orchestrating the plans, putting people in place. So, you know, kind of more like that that strategist support role.
Okay. I fuck with it. I like it. I do actually really like it. I would be interested to see what simple domain, like the extended simple domain where he can just slash relentlessly, would look like with all of the feathers and the teleporting. That'd be fucking insane.
Yeah, basically like the slashes whenever it's like Sukuna's like a no motion or no motion activated slash he sent at him. Like if he had the feathers, basically he's just deflecting that slash as soon as it enters, instead of when it gets to him.
So mine was a little bit different. I went a little bit of a different angle. I thought of a character that would do really well with having a very strong attack like power, like attack potency, being a very devastating war threat, but at the same time being able to be a devastating war threat with a support type sword. And I thought long and hard, and there was a character that I kept coming back to, and I didn't want to pick him because it's such an old school anime and no one really cares about it anymore, and compared to newer anime, it's really not my favorite. But the character himself is probably one of the characters that I've fucked with for the longest time in the world, and I just couldn't choose anything different. So I thought a character that has a support type blade but is still super fucking powerful and one of the strongest characters in his verse regardless. I chose Sesshomaru from Inuyasha. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sadie. I forgot you were right next to me. Sesshomaru.
Damn, bro's getting so hype. He's getting so hype over there, that pig. throwing bows.
I'm getting passionate. I mean, she puts her face right next to my foot and she wonders why she gets tapped. So Sesshomaru in Inuyasha has the, I believe it's the Tensaigon. I might be wrong with the blade. It's been so long since I've seen fucking Inuyasha. But one of Sesshomaru's biggest fucking gripes as a character is that his father left the blade, the attack blade, with his brother and left the healing blade with Sesshomaru. So even though Sesshomaru is a badass, he's able to use like his whips of light with his claws. He's fast as fuck and he's able to do some pretty decent damage. His sword is unable to kill people, which is why he carries two swords. He carries a regular katana, or it might not be a katana. You get what I mean. He carries a regular sword with him for battle. And then he has the blade, the Tensaigon that he carries. I think the Tensaigon is actually an ocular move in Naruto. I might be completely off base, but either way, it's something similar
the
to
moon
that.
Like the dude from the moon in a movie, maybe. No. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway,
yeah.
So
I don't know much about him.
Yeah, so like I thought he would be perfect because again, super fast, so he can do really well with the feathers and teleport really well. But also at the same time, he's used to having a support type blade and still being a badass with it. So like the Suzaku fire type ability that's healing, but can also be damaging. He would do really well with that kind of blade. Honestly, he would probably be even stronger than he normally is. All right, let's spin. Who's next?
All right.
It's the Shinichi Magatsumi.
Oh, you first, sir.
Oh, is it me? I'm first? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, I thought long and hard about this one. I was like, who could possibly be my pick for this? And you know what? I immediately chose it. It really didn't take me too long. And I hope you guys also appreciate my choice. My choice for the wielder of Magatsumi, Shigeo Kagayama from Mob Psycho 100.
Whoa!
I figured he would be absolutely best because, in my honest opinion, I thought it would be very, very cool to have such a powerful blade that has such genocidal, insane abilities locked behind Shigeo's 100% whole gimmick. I thought that would be super cool with the Shinichi basically growing in genocidal possibility the more and more angry and ridiculously fucking pissed off that Mob gets. So I thought that would be super cool to have, just like, and like that would be like a great way to also like limit like the Shinichi's power, right? Like having a character that is ultimately good, and like usually always does his best to like do the right thing. However, when his emotions get the better of him at 100%, he unleashes this most obscene and absolutely just unbelievable power. So I figured the Magatsumi was probably the best possible blade for him to go for.
Well, this is where my Hell's Paradise comes in.
Okay.
Shugen from Hell's Paradise. Now, if you don't know about Shugen, let me tell you.
Good
Shugen,
lord.
when he says kill them all, He's gonna kill them all.
Yeah.
And the thing with Shugen is, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
In this world, Shugen is not only a good guy, he is the leader of the good guys. You know?
All right. So Shugen, I love Shugen as a choice. Without spoiling too much, I just want to let you know I love Shugen. I think Shugen is a great choice for Magatsumi. All right, we've only got a couple left. We got Cloud Gouger, the Sixth Unknown Blade, and Enten. So I'm excited to see what we're cooking up in these last ones here. Genuinely.
Ooh. I want to hit you with that Enten.
Let's spin this wheel. I think my Enten pick was interesting too, but we'll see. What we got? Oh, we got Sixth Blade Unknown.
All right. Let me send you this picture. Okay, so
right.
I wanted to go with a female character. Originally, I picked her for Enten.
I picked a female character too. You're not alone.
Her name is Ginkgo from Isekai Samurai. It's an Isekai story that's actually like gas. She's like the strongest.
She looks drawn gas.
Yeah, dude, the art is insane in that story. But I just thought having a cool a strong female character in my draft picks would be cool.
Hell
Plus,
yeah.
the one thing we do know about the female Enchanted Bladesman, or Bladeswoman, she was up front against against when they fought the Magatsumi, the Swordmaster. Her and Subaru were the ones at the front. Now that could just be Hokuzono playing fast and loose with not wanting to actually draw what their ability is. You know what I mean? Because they're far away. Or it could be the fact that those two are the tanks. They're supposed to be up close, taking the damage, or that way Samura can be behind and doing his thing.
I also decided to choose a female character simply because, of course, we already know that the original Wielder is female, and also I felt like my roster was just full of men anyway, so I felt like we could definitely
sausage
use a
fest.
little bit. Exactly, we could use a little bit diversity here. So I figured, because we know next to nothing about this blade, like the Sushi Enchanted Blade, I had the Sushi Hibachi thing to go off of and pick Chuzo, all that stuff. But this one, I'm like, you know what? I have nothing. So I figured, it would make the most sense to choose someone that I could rely on, whether the blade was a good blade or not. And that meant that my choice was Biscuit Kruger from Hunter x Hunter. And that's pretty much just what it came down to. It pretty much came down to, I figured she would be a badass regardless of what type of blade that she was using. And if the blade ended up being a really good blade with good abilities, good moves, and good things to go off of, then damn, she just gets stronger. But if not, she can just become Broly essentially and beat the brakes off of you no matter what. So that was my thought process behind that. All right, we only have a couple left. I think we only have two blades left. Cloud Gouger and Enten. Let's see. All right, Cloud Gouger.
Damn, they really was nah. They don't want to give me Enten until the end.
Honestly, Enten as the end makes the best sense. To be completely honest
True.
with you.
All right, you're up first.
Completely honest. Let's see it. Oh, is it my turn? Am I first? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's the one you put on the thumbnail, which would make sense.
No, actually, the thumbnail was a misdirect.
Oh, a red herring?
A red herring indeed. You might have thought.
You bamboozled me.
My Cloud Gouger choice, who I think is, you know what? I think him getting ice techniques just makes him even more formidable as a foe. And he's one of my favorite characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. We got Kashimo Hajime coming in hot for my Cloud Gouger pick here.
Okay. And I'm gonna, if I may interrupt just briefly for a second. You know, it's interesting too. Originally, Kashimo was supposed to have a scythe, like a blade weapon type. So like he had like like using a blade like in his character DNA somewhere.
100%. I felt it. I felt it. Cloud Gouger and Kashimo go well together, in my honest opinion. I feel like with his lightning bolt ability, like if he could freeze you, he can catch it in one place and then hit you with his lightning bolt attack. Like, I feel like Cloud Gouger is the perfect addition to Kashimo's existing arsenal as it is, because he's already bare bones as it is. He's already bare bones.
Yeah.
He's just like electrifying cursed energy. Love him.
Yeah, his cursed energy attribution just kind of like lends itself. So he's almost like always has like May cloak on him. You know what I mean? Literally. All right, mine's if you ever seen Darker Than Black, the main character, hey, that series is a very very weird series because it's.
I've never finished it, but I am more than familiar with it. I've never finished it completely, but
he has like I kind of looked at him as almost like when Chihiro had Cloud Gouger. You know, like he has kind of a Chihiro type of vibe. Like if Chihiro put a mask on, like that's Chihiro right there. You know what I mean? But I didn't really think too much on this one. I was gonna go with Zabuza, but that would have been more a pick about like their standing and their impact in their own series, which is more of their influence matches more so than their characters match. You know what I mean? All right, so now we have the last one, right?
Yep, very last one, which is just Enten. So you go first on this one.
You might fuck with this one.
Let's see. Oh, let's go.
Afro. Getting his revenge for his dad. Like it's that resolve of just really like, the white justice. I say that as a vanilla face.
I'm dead, bro.
I just think Afro, like his conviction and resolve, like he's really just, he basically just dropped any future. You know what I mean? It's all about this one goal, this resolve, and he's just marching out a path in front of him. Yeah, so you heard it here first. Afro is the Black Chihiro, okay?
Yo, honestly, I respect that. I feel it, dude. I could see it, dude. I could see him whipping out the Kuroi. I could see him whipping out the Aka. When I was thinking about Enten, I didn't think about Chihiro's seeking for revenge. You want to know what I thought about?
Haruta.
I thought about fish. I thought about fish, and I thought about water, and I thought about who would benefit the most from a blade that focused mostly on fish. And my choice for Enten, the blade that will sever all of the internal contracts. Kisame Hoshigaki.
Oh, Chihiro got ugly.
I thought, listen, I'm thinking of water style ninja. I'm thinking he could easily hide like the fish, the black Kuroi in his already existing water jutsu. I'm thinking he could very easily fit into the narrative of Enten as an enchanted blade wielder. So yeah, 100%.
I just thought of the best combo of him using the fish to basically like pair that with Samihara to like suck up energy without touching him.
Bro.
Because like Samihara can like absorb user, bro. Like, and then the fish are just like are extensions of his spirit energy. So essentially, he could coat Samihara with spirit energy, and then the fish, or he's just eating up whatever the fish touch.
I will not lie, Kasame was one of the first characters that showed up in my mind when I thought about this draft. He was like, I'm like, I gotta put Kasame somewhere, and Enten was the first enchanted blade that I thought of.
I think what you did, like, would like, or this is just my perception of the way this went. I think I went more based on like character traits or character like motivations and stuff, how they move, and you went more off of like abilities, like pairing the abilities. You know, like if Enten was just another enchanted blade and not the main character's enchanted blade, you know what I mean? Like Enten
Yeah.
feels heavy because it's Chihiro's blade, but the abilities of Enten stand alone, like match with Kisame 1,000%.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, 100%. I think it shows like where we directed our like ideas towards 100%. Like even from the very beginning, like with Juzo and like my hibachi knife idea and like your whole fucking pick, like I feel like that really that you're right on the money, 100%.
Yeah, it's cool. I was gonna pick Haruta for Enten personally. You know, there's no better. Haruta, Mei for Tobimune.
Mei for Tobimune is crazy.